should be a lot. Okay. All right. Say hi, Bubba. You're lazy, dude. Yeah, you're lazy. Alright, what's up, people? I don't mean to sound like every other YouTube out there, but I have been waiting to make this video for a while. I've been meaning to, but it's just the whole reason I didn't even stay consistent with my videos because I didn't like the quality of my videos. I didn't like the audio. This camera that I'm using, it's not meant for vlogging. It's really not meant for this kind of thing. So, you know, I can't put an external microphone on it. I'm using the microphone that comes with the camera. Anyway. So, I'm gonna go over a timeline of the autobiography, basically. So I can get you up to speed in present day of how we got here in the first place. So, yeah, I'll start from the beginning. I was born on August 8th, 1994, here in Tyler, Texas. The first recollections of my youth were of me and my mom in Mexico. I was about 3, and we went over there because my grandpa had died, so you know we had to bury him and whatnot. I mostly just remember standing around, you know, people crying and stuff. I had no understanding of anything at that time, so yeah. What I liked about my experience over there was, you know, going into town, shopping, and indulging in the food and the scenery and the people, you know. And they would sell these smoothies that, well, they sell like fruit smoothies, like real fruit, obviously, and then you know, they sell like other stuff like chocolate milk type smoothies. But I really didn't even, for a long time, I didn't even remember a lot of this stuff until like I was a lot older, and I would remember by smells. So I don't remember exactly where I was, but I remember smelling leather, and it reminded me of when we were walking around Mexico, going from shop to shop, and you know they have obviously all these uh, boot shops and whatnot, and you know, and, I mean, it smelled like they were making it right there and then, you know. Some of them probably even wore, so like a really strong leather smell, and I always liked that. I don't know why. And then also, you know, because I was little, I was short, I was a lot closer to the ground. I could just smell everything that they would just throw into the streets, you know what I'm saying? From all the vendors, like all the smoothie vendors and taco shops and you know, everybody who just needed to dump their stuff and let her run down the whatever. Sorry, I can't really. It's kind of hard. It'd be hard to make this video to begin with because I'm feeling like shit. I'm sick for the third time in like the last 2 or 3 months, you know. So it's been sucking, you know. But anyways, let's see here. I took some notes because there's no way I can remember all this shit. And you know, let's see. At that time, I didn't even know I had brothers. Like, for a moment, all I knew was that me and my mom existed. That was it. It was just me and her, and my grandma, of course. But I hardly remember her at that time. According to my mom, we were only down there for like 2 months. To me, I mean, it felt like a significant chunk of my life already, just because I feel like that's where I mostly gained my consciousness. That's when I started being more aware. I mean, if I can even remember that, those memories. I mean, I was 2 or 3 years old. This was 1996 to 97, around there. So eventually we had to move back to the States, obviously, and so we made the journey back to the border, which I have no recollection of. I don't remember that journey at all. But I remember that my stepdad came and picked us up at the border. I remember that part. And I mean, I was already a little brat. I was like trying to adjust to this like basically new world, which is never it's never easy for anyone. And I remember him taking us to a restaurant, and everything looked disgusting to me. Like, I mean, just and it was just ghetto, and I was not having it as a kid like that. It looked disgusting. I mean, I was just too, friendly hospitality, big smiles, like freaking, heaps of like freaking loaded tacos, and just gorgeous Mexican women treating you like royalty, basically. And now I'm just being subjected to like this low quality, like Tex-Mex, freaking basic, bland food service. You know what I'm saying? Just very superficial. And coincidentally enough, around that time it was actually around the holidays, because I remember them playing Christmas carols over the radio. Yeah, it's like an 8-hour drive from the border to up here. So, yeah, uh, my mom would sometimes be singing along to it, and so I really like how she sung, and I would make her repeat certain parts of songs and stuff like that. And so once we made it back to Tyler, that's when obviously I would meet my brothers for the first time, um, which I really don't have a whole lot of recollection of that either. But uh, what I do remember, like there was a difference from being poor in Mexico than in the U.S. Like over there, almost everyone was poor, but it never felt like that. People were happy. Life was good. Here, being poor feels different. It feels depressing. Uh, so fast forward to around 1999 to 2000. My parents get married. My stepdad marries my mom, and they have the first kid, which is my little brother, Ismail. And a year later, in the year 2000, obviously, right on the millennium, my little sister is born. She's the youngest one out of us five, and her name's Marari. And by this time, already settled in. I've been in school for a couple years, and so I'm developing. But my memories, they still flee me. I can't. I'm gonna be able to remember a whole lot of that time either. I do remember my mom's wedding a little bit. Really, like the only part I remember was when we were having to hold her dress because it was so freaking long. Me and my cousin, and we're like, having to hold it so it's not dragging on the street and getting dirty or whatever. It's pretty much like the only memory of that I have. And then let's see. But I know even as a kid, I wasn't happy. Uh, So at school, of course, I was like a class clown. Um, and I like to make people laugh, at any expense. Whether it was to embarrass me, or I usually try not to embarrass other people or like stuff like that. Uh, it's mostly just it was mostly just jokes or whatever, just saying dumb stuff, or it's mostly just saying stupid shit. Uh, but a lot of those times, it would land me on the hot seat. So almost literally, because back then they would let the principals paddle paddle you with the actual freaking paddle board, and that thing was like, I'm not kidding. That thing was like thick. It was like more than an inch thick. I could have swore. And freaking paddle like that long, just the paddle itself. Not including the freaking handle. So I mean, it literally looked like one of those freaking Aztec swords. The one with the freaking with the onyx things around it. Not onyx. Is it onyx? With the obsidian blade. Yeah, the obsidian blades going around the wood. It's called a macahuil. Okay, leave it. It's alright. But yeah, uh, then all my education years, they pretty much align with the millennium. So I was in first grade when the 911 attacks happened. Uh, that's just kind of been the best way for me to keep up with my timeline. Uh, I made it to sixth grade by 2006. Uh, I was in high school by 2009, and then graduated in 2012. So yeah, I was 12th grade, 2012. Yeah. And I'm gonna leave all the bullshit and details, obviously from my childhood and middle school, high school, all that shit. A lot of vagrants, a lot of movement out here, a lot of vagrants and stuff. Whatever. Anyway, most notably from 2012, that's where, well, technically I met my old lady in 2011, but we both graduated in 2012. So, she's my significant other, uh, and we were. That's basically uh, what would impact the rest of my life, and basically set our destiny from then on. I don't know how else to say it. I mean, fuck. And after graduating that same summer, I basically gave her well, we'll call her Luby. Okay, let's just fuck it. I gave her an ultimatum. It was basically like, either you're gonna live with me, or we're just gonna break up and separate and just go our own ways. And at that time, I had just turned 18, so obviously, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. Mind you, this whole time, growing up, I never had any good guidance or anything. So my whole life, I've learned the hard way for everything. Pretty much fucking everything I've learned the hard way. So she ran away, and I picked her up in the middle of the night, and that's for sure my first major mistake, because I should have done things the right way, but I wasn't thinking about none of that shit. What I wanted was to have like an early start into adulthood. I wanted to work, put her through school, and then once she got settled in somewhere, then I would work. Whether I would go to school and then work part time, and and then we just keep going from there on. But obviously none of that happened, and So, of course, uh, we did agree that we wanted a kid, like at an early age, because we didn't want to be fucking raising kids at our 30s, even though, or late 20s or some shit. Yeah, like most normal American families should probably, you know, once you're financially stable and all that shit, blah blah blah. But like I said, we don't fucking think we're 18. I mean, even 21, 22, you're still a fucking kid, man. You have so much shit to learn, like you just don't even understand. Ah, it's crazy, man. It's so fucking crazy. uh, so yeah, I mean, after high school, I mean, life really starts fucking trugging along, man. You ain't fucking ain't no slowing down after that shit. So you really gotta I mean, fuck. Like in high school, in high school we should already be at college level, but because our fucking education systems, okay, I'm gonna leave that part out. Because our education system is just a joke. I mean, it's just horrendous. I mean, God, we're only setting ourselves behind decades, maybe even a century, because we should be way more advanced than we are now. But they don't really. I don't think they want to advance human civilization. I think they're pretty happy at where they're at, and I think they're pretty happy to keep you where you're at and me. And if it was up to them, oh, they'll keep them they'll keep us at the bottom. I mean, if it was really up to them, we'll all be slaves. But you know, it's a lot more of us than there are them. So we got to beat slavery for now. All right, let's see. So 2013, uh, she gets pregnant. She has my daughter. Well, she gets uh, yeah. 2000, she gets pregnant. She has my daughter. Well, so we'll call her Kitty. It's just the easiest way to do it. And at this point, we were living at my parents. But after she had my kid. She wanted to move her to her parents where she felt safe and supported. Even though I was already looking into renting a house next door, to my mom's. The only catch with that was that I wanted to split the rent with my older brother, so he had just had his first kid, and their living conditions weren't that great at all. Uh, they're actually pretty bad. So he had bought like a tiny little mobile home, and he set it up at a friend's uh, little lot right next to his mobile home and stuff, and it was not good, dude. And that thing was breaking down, like it was tiny. So I was like, I want to help my brother out, have him live a little more comfortably. Uh, we would live a little more comfortably since we would have our own space too. And the house we were gonna be renting was a 3-bedroom house. And at that time, oh gosh, I'm serious. At that time, I think about it, it's 2013. So they were asking for $500 a month. Like that's today if you would get $500 a month, I mean, I don't even think you camp outside for under $500 a month. I mean, it's crazy. Uh, but they would have had enough space for both kids, both families to grow up for a while, till we could save up money. Could split down the middle, $250 a month. All right. Let's say saying we all got our car notes and this. We're not even spending more than $1,000 a month for all of our expenses. So that's really good. Like you could save a lot of money in a couple of years just based off that right there. But obviously she was not going for that shit. And I can't blame her. Our relationship was full of unresolved issues, and I was toxic and abusive, and combine that with her postpartum, and inevitably we split up for the first time basically, and so later that year, uh, or actually this would be 2014 now. Uh, in the beginning of 2014, my first positive and long-term change was getting my foot in the door, learning how to install cable and internet in residential settings, and it paid pretty damn good. Uh, on the low end, I could bring like 700-800 a week, and on average, on the higher end, I could bring in like 1,200 a week. So that for my age at that time, like that was really. I mean, even now, if I can make 1,200 bucks a week, that's freaking good. But we'll get to all that later. Uh, like I said, with all expenses and everything, one check could cover all my expenses, and then for the rest of the month, I get 3 checks that I can just pocket and save. If I was smart back then, but I was a freaking idiot. I was so stupid, man. Like so fucking stupid, man. Yeah, I could have done a lot, but we're talking about me, this was an irresponsible, broken, confused kid at the time. So all that extra money was being squandered in like the most worthless, degenerate activities. I mean, just what everybody's been through: drinking, partying, drugs. I mean, you name it. Yeah. Trying to keep my circle of morons lit every weekend. You know what I mean? Like, just fucking terrible. Just a piece of shit, dude. Really. I mean, or maybe not a piece of shit, but just being a scum, dude. Like, just not doing no value, adding no value to the world. You know what I mean? Like, that's how I feel about anyone who's in that phase too. It's like, dude, snap out of it. Like, yeah, get your young, you want to party, this and that. All that shit is fucking worthless. It means absolutely nothing, dude. It means nothing. All that shit in your youth means absolutely nothing, dude. Like, that shit is so stupid, man. It's the biggest distraction ever, dude. Recording? It's recording. Okay. It's recording. It's recording. See where I left off. Okay, we were in 2014. I had a good job, um, but of course all that shit don't last. I mean, you know, to me we're talking okay. Nothing lasts for me. Everything's temporary when it comes to me. Okay, good and bad, thankfully. Okay, but it's kind of a theme for me. Everything's just fucking temporary. Okay. So we fast forward to 2017. That summer, and I experienced my first significant death in my life. Good friend of mine, someone that I was getting really close to. Uh, we were we're working together and stuff. So I mean, we were friends way before work or whatever. But you know, when you spend a lot of time with someone, you just inevitably just create a strong bond with that person. So um, and at that point, I he was like the one of the realest friends that I had, and it's just so hard to find like a real friend, you know what I mean? And someone who's just not about the bullshit, who's just gonna tell you things straight up, and they look after you. You know what I mean? And like, I mean, it's just like he was damn near like a brother to me, in a way too, because I've never really like I'm a middle child, so I had two older brothers, 5 years ahead of me, and then uh, two younger siblings who were about 5 years younger than me. So the age gap, like I didn't have anyone close to my age that I guess had like a really strong bond with and stuff like that until then. And he actually hung himself in a jail cell after he had a felony arrest, and his his deportation to El Salvador was looming pretty much. It was almost guaranteed at that point. It was just third strike. He had already broke uh, probation at the time, so I mean it was looking bleak to say the least. So he chose to end it, and yeah, it's my first death, and so by that time the relationship between me and my old lady, it had improved a little bit. What do you want? Sit down. Now I gotta freaking edit that out. Just sit your ass down. Okay. So by that time, the relationship between me and my old lady had improved over the years, and so we wanted to try to be a family. Uh, and we were staying in a house that her grandma owned, but after his passing, I fell into like a depression, and like I didn't want to be in my hometown anymore. Like I was going through it. Like it wasn't easy. Just I felt like I needed to get away. I felt like I was like suffocating just staying here. You know. So I look for something to I look for a position where I could travel for work, which I had already been traveling for work before then, but not so much. I mean, it was just like sometimes I would go do an out of town project and then come back and stuff like that. But I really can't remember what the fuck. I can't remember a lot of things really. But yeah, from there on, I just that's where I started making like a series of mistakes that would negatively impact my life up until today, really. Um, it started with my arrest in Louisiana, where I was also banned from most of the casinos across the whole United States. All the Caesars Entertainment casinos, I'm pretty much banned from. Um, and then that same year, I lost my left eye in an accident. I'll probably go over that some other time. I might even let my haters answer that one for you. You know what I mean? That type of that type of time. You feel me? You feel me? Anyway, at the beginning of 2018, I got my DWI, and so yeah, 2017 to 2018, it was just like a chain reaction of mistakes and just fucked up situations and shit. So if from here, like I stopped taking notes and shit because I could pretty much I mean it's not all that eventful. You go to 2020, you already know what happens. 2020, shit gets shut down. Uh, I left out one of my. I didn't even talk about a relationship that I had. That, that's why I think like I had tried to date this other girl. So she would be. We'll call her Saggy. She was a Sagittarius. Um, so I tried to date her, and that's who I was gonna. Who I felt like was a soulmate and shit like that, and because it was like really like the only girl that I felt like I ever had a connection with. We liked all the same shit. Like if it was gonna be anyone, it was gonna be her, type of thing. But because like me and my old lady, we're fucking polar opposites. Like she's into country music and stuff. Like she's a real sweetheart. Like I love her so much, but we're so different in a lot of ways. And this other girl, Saggy, well, we're like, we had a lot in common and stuff. But she, the type of girl she was, that's not someone that I can be with. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I'm not gonna be sharing. I'm not gonna share anyone. You know what I mean? So 2020 actually, I meet someone else. This would be like my third serious relationship, and so this whole time, like me and my lady, I mean, it's been like a roller coaster. You know what I mean? It's had its highs, it's had its lows. You know what I'm saying? It's had its good moments, its bad ones. But we've just been on and off this whole time. So I meet someone else in 2020, and yeah, we kind of hit it off and stuff. We like each other, but she's got two. She already had two kids. I don't even know if they were the same baby daddy or whatever, but I think they were. But that didn't matter. I knew that I wasn't gonna be adopting anyone. That's not what I wanted for me. I had already know what it's like to have a stepdad and shit. And, and shout out to stepdads, like, he's not a bad dude. There's a difference between a good man and being a great man. My he's a good man, you know what I'm saying? But he's not a great man. He didn't accomplish great things. It's good. There's good dad out there. That probably be about all there'll ever be. It's a good. But there's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying from a greater perspective, I guess. There's good men and there's great men. That's just the way it is. But so I start dating this chick, and I don't. It's not. It's not the best relationship either. I mean, still. Just I guess I'm not good at relationships. I don't know. We could have kept it going. She's not the one that wanted to break up or anything. I'm the one that initiated it. So like I just felt like I wasn't gonna go anywhere. And I still still want to be with my old lady and shit like that. So it's like broke older. And then from there, I mean, it'd been pretty uneventful. Uh, I don't think I didn't get any. I didn't get arrested any more times. I started calming down a lot and started keeping to myself by this time. This last couple years, I mean, these last 2 years, I mean, I really have not. I've I stopped talking to everyone pretty much. I mean, I'm not. I don't fuck with anyone, dude. Yeah, I don't fuck with anyone. Like I keep to myself. Anyone, you the crowd that I hung out with from 2013 to 2017 when old boy passed. Like that crowd, shit, they've been long gone. Like that shit, I left them behind way. I mean, that's a whole other story in itself too. And then, all the friends from there forward to now, I've left them too. Like I don't really need friends, cause at least not the ones that I had, because they're all. I mean, they really add no value to my life. I mean, they want to be stuck on the same shit. Just drinking, smoking, not doing anything with their lives. I was tired of that shit. I'm like, I want to be with people that I can learn and grow with, not just fucking waste time. There's enough time wasted. I'm tired of that shit. Alright. So, we're gonna take off where I left off. So, present day, 2024. 2023 to 2024 now. 2023 is where I shot those first two videos that I put up. At that time, I was working at Cabling Solutions. And so at some point in my career, I went from doing residential, low voltage, to commercial. So that's why you see me there doing, while we were doing a hotel. And I was basically at that job the whole year. I started that job in April, and we didn't leave there until this year in like February. So yeah, it was basically a whole year there. It was a pretty big job. I was doing it by myself, and they tried to send some dude. He was trash. They sent this other dude that actually knew he's from my hometown. But he was trying to do his own thing and shit. He was not worried about them. So it was like, don't need that around, So basically I was there by myself. I did 80% of that job by myself, until they finally sent someone that helped me test everything, and then at the very end they sent a couple more guys, and then we're able to actually pull all the big shit, all the fiber, all the big coax, RG11 stuff. Excuse me. And so eventually that job got wrapped up. They sent me out in April to. Yeah, April. But actually, it was. I remember it was April the 1st. It was April Fools, and I land there, Denver, Colorado. Don't even have I landed like at 11 at night. Don't even have a room available and shit. I have to sleep in the damn car. Fucking. I remember I had to go use the restroom. Couldn't find. There was nothing open, so I had to hit up an alleyway and pull a smoky. Just yeah, it was not good, but it's like, all right. I figured it's just one night. I'll just sleep in the car or whatever. Yeah, that should tell you a lot about that company already. Like, don't have shit organized. But yeah, I do that job in a few days, and then they send me to Naples, Florida, and friggin' gorgeous there. That's where I would want to live right there. Is Naples. It's so freaking beautiful. So the whole reason I even took Naples was because I was gonna have to go to a competition, a cheerleading competition in New Orleans for my daughter. So it's like, I might as well already be in Florida, right? So I took that job, which was a mistake. Because they were 2 months behind on that job. They were ready to start closing up the ceilings and everything. They were just waiting on us, basically. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, freaking, I get there, I see this, a bunch of shit that's got to get done. And so I'm like, all right, well, They didn't even have freaking blueprints for us, so I don't even know how the fuck I'm supposed to do anything without blueprints, uh, professionally anyway. And I start doing a site survey. I got with the GC to see what all we need exactly, because I want to make sure that when I pull everything, I want to pull everything at once to each location. So I don't want to just, not to make sure, okay, TV was going to get coax and a data. So it's going to run on analog, and I can run off analog or digital and shit. It's just stupid shit that they want. Whatever. I don't care. I'll install whatever. I just got to have it. So I want to pull everything. I want to pull the coax. I think the rooms were going to get like 4 wires actually. The coax, the Cat 6 for the TV that's gonna be with the coax, and then there's gonna be another Cat 6 line in there just for internet, just like so they can hardwire their stuff, I guess. And then there's gonna be a telephone line, it's also Cat 6, but it could be used for telephone. So 4 wires for every room, and so I do site survey, tell them exactly how much we need to start off, at least cable, and then I tell them how much I order, all the hardware and stuff, and they're ordering stuff, but we're not even getting the right stuff. I don't know. I don't even care who's to blame. It's not my problem anymore. But it's like they're not giving me the stuff. Now the GC's like, okay, well, like, where's your guys at? Because it's not like you're gonna do this by yourself, right? I mean, I could if I had ample time and the resources, but I'm like, well, where are your guys at? When they're trying to get this moved along so they can, I'm telling the company what's going on. I communicate all this. Maybe not, I'll talk to someone over the phone, but I send very specified emails with everything they need to know. And it's all there. I do it like that, so it's like my receipt. It's like, I sent it. You know what I'm saying? Because when you talk stuff over the phone, you can forget, a lot of stuff over the phone. So this is for record. So it's already turned into damn long. I guess I need to explain. So the GC is like, where's your guys at? We're trying to get this job done, and I'm trying to. And they're pressuring me, so I'm trying to pressure them, right? So it makes sense. And they're not sending me the stuff. They're not sending me any guys. So it's just like, hey like, are we even prioritizing this job? It's already 2 months behind. Like, what's going on, bro? Like, so I was like, I mean, if you're not gonna prioritize this, then there's just no point for me to be here. Like, I might as well send me home, not to mention that everything that happened in New Orleans. I mean, it started off okay, but then I wasn't gonna put up with that ungrateful shit. I was spending way too much money to be treated like shit. You know what I mean? Yeah, so I was just over it. And people take me for granted a lot. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that was the main thing there. Like, everybody's fucking taking me for granted. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to do the right thing. I'm trying to. So yeah, so I leave. It's like, fuck this shit. Y'all can't get y'all shit together. How the fuck is an employee like having to beg y'all basically to get to get their shit together, man. It's like, what the fuck, dude? Like I'm more interested in these fucking jobs than y'all are. Like it was like that whole time that I was at the Fort Worth job. Like what the fuck, dude? Like they would always take forever to send me the stuff that I needed and shit. Like but they just needed to get their fucking shit together, dude. So that's why I fucking left. And man, shit. Since like me thinking like man, I gained all this experience now and shit. Like I'll get a job like easy, dude. Like that shit gonna be easy. You know what I mean? I learned a lot. I'll be like I'll be a good wherever I go. I know I'm gonna make a difference and shit now. You know what I mean? I learned a lot of shit. I know how to do better work, cleaner work too. You know, I take a lot of pride in my work. You know. In fact, I wouldn't say I'm a workaholic, but there's something about work that I find peaceful and like I don't have to. Once I'm at work and I'm in that work mode, like I don't have to think about anything else. You know what I mean? I don't bring my personal problems to work, and I don't bring my work problems personal. You know what I'm saying? I don't bring them home and shit. You know, I can keep them separate completely. So yeah, come to find out, I mean, I applied these last fucking 6, 7 months, man. I've been applying fucking everywhere, man. You know, I've got some interviews, but you know, these fucking stupid ass companies. I mean, like I want to, like show me these overly qualified motherfuckers that y'all keep looking for and supposedly hiring, because everywhere I go, I don't see none but dumb, just low quality fucking, god, dude. Like these guys, and then the worst part is when they're older than you. They're older than you, and they're just fucking garbage, man. They do trash ass work. Fucking, you know, got personal issues that they can't even deal with and shit. And you know, all they want to do is complain. And it's just they hinder you at work because all they do is make mistakes, and now they want no, you know what I'm saying, they can't leave it like that because it looks like shit or whatever. So this is basically what happened with this last job. You know, we're having to install this conduit and at these apartments, and you know everybody, we all take our own building, we all do our own buildings and shit. You know, of course my work is looking pretty decent, and then someone else's work looks like total shit. And now the boss man's like, alright, well, you know, just go back and fix his shit. And this is like, bruh, fix someone's shit that they already got paid for? Fuck that, and fuck you, dude. Like, how the fuck is anyone supposed to learn and grow from their mistakes if someone else is coming back and fixing their shit up, man? I was like, hell no, dude. I was like, man, and we can't hold people accountable for their mistakes and their bullshit. That is not somewhere I need to be, dude. And so, yeah, I mean, that was a long fucking day, dude. That fucking day was a long day. Like, we had already took a fucking long all day to do this one building. Well, at that point, dude, we were already running wire. We weren't even doing conduit. We were running wire. Yeah, it took for fucking ever because the dude I'm working with, that older cat, you know what I'm saying? I let him take the lead, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to older dudes, dude, take the fucking wheel, man, you know what I'm saying? Because I know you're driving it straight to the swamp. So well, at least that did. And so, you know, owners over here complaining the shit ain't getting done and shit, like, as if it was my fault. I'm over here, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be fucking acting like I'm any kind of lead or management or anything, especially if I'm not getting paid for that shit. But like, I had already told him, like, dude, I need, you know what I'm saying, I just need to learn how to splice fiber and have, a certain amount of experience so I can feel comfortable and say, like, oh, I can go to a job and say I'm a lead. Like, I can do, start to finish. Like, right now, I can do a job start to finish. The only thing I can't do is the fiber, like that, you know what I'm saying? The closet work and all that tech mumbo jumbo that all these fucking nerds spit at you when you're there. Like, oh, no, none of that bullshit. Like, if I knew all that shit, dude. But anyway, that's why I left there, man. I really thought that job was, I mean, I really thought that's where I was gonna be for the next fucking few years at least. But no, I'm here, and I was starting to think, man. Like, if it wasn't there, if it wasn't at that job, dude, that I really was just that was meant for me. I don't think just the workforce in general is meant for me, man. I mean, no employer is gonna pay me what I'm worth. You know what I mean? And it's I can't even explain it, dude. Like, God, man. Man, I got like my mom. She wants me to be this like perfect slave, like they are, like this. Like, oh, you gotta. You know, I don't know how to fucking explain it, dude. Like, fuck, man. Just understand, like, I'm not gonna put up with bullshit, dude. Hell, fucking, ain't no way, dude. No way that I'm gonna hinder my growth, man. Not like that. I'm not putting up with bullshit like that. I want to be the dumbest person, saying there so I can learn. You know what I mean? I don't want to be trying to teach older motherfuckers than me how to do something, dude. Fuck that, man. If you ain't learned already, dude, that's too goddamn bad, man. For real. If you haven't learned yet, you're not my problem. That's for fucking sure. That's all. I could teach someone who's younger than me and they're motivated and want to learn it. Fucking all day, man. All day, I'm for it. Not someone who's older than me, though. And that don't want to learn shit. And stick to their own ways. Think they know everything. And then still do garbage work, man. Fuck that. I don't need that shit in my life. But I will say that I wish that it was different. The owner of that company, he was a real good dude. And I mean, he helped me out a lot. And I think just the most impressive thing was like, I mean, this is gonna be out of town work again, so I didn't have nowhere to stay or nothing. And I was gonna be in Houston, and whenever he found out that I was gonna be staying in the van to work and stuff, he offered a place for me to stay. Or he opened up his home to me, and I was after that I was like, man, dude, like hell yeah, like that's what's up, But then on the other hand, it's just like, okay, like huh? At first he, what I'm saying, he wanted to pay me $25 an hour, and then he bumped it down to like, would you take 20? I'm like, dude, just whatever gets me closer to 1,000 a week, you know what I mean? And that's pretty much where he had me. But this is all 1099 work, mind you. So this is not being taxed. I'm still gonna have to pay taxes on this shit at the end of the year. So it's like, dude, now I can't even like I can't even confidently ask for more money because now I'm staying at this motherfucker's house. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I know I'm staying at your house, you know what I'm saying, rent free, but like I kind of need more money. It's like, so I'm technically getting paid less, than these morons that he's hiring, just because they're older and you know what I'm saying, they have more experience, but you know they're still low quality. You know, he wants to pay them more so they can stick around and shit like that. And you know, even though I do better quality work, I'm a better worker in general. Like I don't complain and shit. Like I'm all about getting shit done and you know just doing the damn thing. You know, but you know he wants to pay me $20 an hour. I think he was trying to do like 22 average or whatever to give me like around 1,000 a week. But you know, like God bless him. But I'm not there for the bullshit. I was there to work and make money. You know what I mean? Not fucking just make a check and deal with bullshit. And some of it was his bullshit. He just, I guess, kept complaining behind our back. Like, bro, tell me to my face. Like, don't fucking complain behind my back, dude. Like, fuck out of here, dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's where I am, man. And all these fucking... there's so many shitty companies, dude. They don't have their shit together. And then... I don't even think that shit score me at all. So that's where I'm at. I'm a fucking yeah. Trying to find my way, I guess. I don't think that workforce is for me, man. As much as I can offer a company, it'll probably just be a waste of my time if I try. So I don't even know what to do. I don't even know what to do, man. Why are you being crazy, dude? Huh? Why are you being crazy, man? Hmm? Why are you being crazy, man? Give me a hug? Yeah, give me a hug, come on. Stop. Ain't no one playing with you, man. Yeah, I'm trying to give you a hug.